Designing logos is quite different to designing ads, books, and book covers, and anything else you might be asked to do. Some people specialize in logo design. They don't do anything else. Logos often look deceptively simple, whereas a book cover could be very complicated indeed. But don't be fooled by appearances. The design process for a logo is often much more complicated than the end result. While designing them can be an extremely creative and sometimes an extremely difficult and lengthy process, the aim is to get the simplest possible result. Logos need to transmit their message in an instant, whereas a book cover offers a more leisurely, wide-angled view with the hint of unseen vistas beyond. So in contrast to logos, book covers can seem very complex indeed. Logos are invariably made up of either a symbol or the initials or name of a company, or both together. I thought it might be helpful if I showed my own attempts at creating a couple of logos from the initial idea right through to the finished article. So I'm going to start with lettering, in this case the initials of the company. Now this is a totally fake logo, but it's a good exercise. If you haven't tried your hand at logo design before, this may give you an idea of an approach that's worked for me many times. If any part of it is useful, great, please use it. And if not, well, maybe the next section will be. Let's say that the brief here says the letters RSB are the initials of the name of a shipping company that carries goods worldwide, and it's based on the East Coast of the USA. The logo needs to work on the side of a truck, as well as on letterheads and business cards, and it can use up to 3 colors. Now that is by no means a strange brief. The first thing I do is start playing around with the initials themselves using different typefaces, and I'd try loads. Some would be serif, some sans serif, maybe even a few display fonts, but I would probably try those last, and only if the others failed. What I'm looking for is a feel for lettering that might work with the initials of a shipping company. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but I think that I'll know it when I see it. In the end, this is what I decide on. This is called Nyala. It's solid enough, it's stable enough, but it's got something else. I mean, maybe a nautical feel. Ships move. They're not solid in the same way a concrete landmass is solid. So it needs a degree of fluidity, which I think this font has. It seems to imply competence and confidence as well. It's a serif font, but it's quite bold. Once I've decided on a font, the next thing is to decide on how to convey whatever else the logo needs. So it's a shipping company. So what do I want? A boat? Possibly, but that might take a lot of time, and that time may be wasted. Waves? Waves may seem a bit obvious, but it doesn't hurt logos to be obvious. If a logo's too subtle, no one's going to get it. So, how to add waves? I'd start with a blue line. But a thin, straight blue line doesn't do it, so it needs to be wavy if it's going to suggest waves. So first I'd add zigzags, and then convert each of the points into a curve. A single wavy blue line still doesn't make it clear enough, and it looks wrong by itself. At this point, I might decide that once again it's time to try out a few different approaches and see which one points in the right direction. In the end, I decide that 2 lines work better than 1. And there are my 3 colors. But I'm not done yet.